So here are some quick tips for Spectre carry, especially if you want to play it in your ranked games. So the first tip is your itemization. So nowadays the starting item, you'll see that most carries actually go for the magic wand build into power threats. And the reason for that is because you want to be rushing your core item straight away. When you're playing a Spectre, you don't really want to buy Wraith Band or Bracer anymore, as it will hinder the progress of buying items like Orchid or Radiance. But there are times where you have to play behind as well, as you don't really have a great game, so Midas is really not a bad option as well. But nowadays the most popular Spectre core items will be the Orchid or the Radiance. And so now for tip number 2, we're going to talk about the fundamentals of Spectre. So Spectre is a global hero, so you have to do many things differently when compared to the usual carry. And what Spectre is good at is that he is a fighting hero and he likes to join team fights very early on, especially when he hits level 6. His presence in the map and his ability to secure kills, especially on core heroes, whether if it's used on the enemy mid hero or the carry hero. Spectre is a kind of hero that you kind of want to help your team by giving them assists or helping them giving that little push to get a kill. And also another thing to note when you're playing a Spectre is to make sure that you are not showing in a map whenever your teammate is making aggressive plays. Try to farm defensively, especially if all the enemy hero is missing. And that's why you need to rely or bait your teammates to make the first move, just so you can hunt in whenever you like or when the situation seems right. And so there's another question lies out there for Spectre players, and that is, who should you actually haunt? Sometimes you can see that Spectre players actually haunt on their enemy core hero and sometimes on their support. But I believe the correct mindset that you need to have is to definitely try to delete an enemy hero and make it a 4v5. Or you can aim heroes that are specifically hard to target, like a Zeus, a Sniper, or Tinker. And so when it comes to a late game Spectre, you kind of want to use your Haunt on a solo target just so you can make full use of your Desolate, which will melt them instantly. You can see how in this clip, Yatoro and his teammates are basically throwing spells at the Pudge, slowing him down and making sure that he cannot run away from all the slows and diffuser blades. And so last but not least, one of the most important part of playing Spectre is farming. So the question right now is, how do you get gold as a Spectre? Even though the radius is cheaper now, but it's still a 3.4k on the Sacred Relic itself. Well, there are two main areas of where Spectre players can get their gold easily. And so the first part is farming the dangerous spots. You can see in this clip, the army constantly farms at the top lane, while the rest of his team is able to stick together in the mid lane, and you can see the Storm Spirit potentially catching another opponent. So you basically want to farm the offlane side of the map after the laning stage is over, just until you get your first core item, which will give you a big boost in terms of team fight or farming, like an Orchid or a Radiance. And so the second farming tip for Spectre is that you definitely want to use your Haunt every 60 seconds to make full use of their global efficiency. This is actually pretty important, and while it's pretty good if you are able to secure a kill, but even if you end up with an assist on an enemy core hero, it's still worth it because your teammate will be able to get a gold, which in return you will be able to win the lane for him, and he will be able to buy time for you by controlling the map and allowing you to do what you do best and haunting it every 60 seconds until you get your first big core item. So that's all for me today. Make sure to like and subscribe if you think this guide is helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.